time to strap in and get ready.
The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse and Skiddy.
G'day and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and with me this evening, as always, with a wine in hand, Mr. Skidmore. How are you?
I'm feeling quite la-di-da tonight, Horse. Yes, it's good to be here. Yeah, mate. I mean, no North Melbourne to bring me down last week, so I'm feeling pretty good. You know, we got West Coast this week. No. So yeah, no, we're going all right, Horsey boy. How you going, big fella?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Getting through it. You know, the working week. A couple of frothies, a couple of people in the chat. We love to say it. Yes, we are aware that State of Origin is on this evening with the NRL, but the show must go on. And when we're talking about a superior code in Australia, we're talking AFL football. So tonight we're reviewing round 13. You're not going to want to miss who our trading targets are this week, who to fade, injuries that may affect your Supercoach team. And boy, oh boy, there is a few that you're going to want to stay away from.
Yes, sir.
And it's the last week. Actually, we're into our second week of buys, aren't we, mate?
We are. Yes, mate. Yeah, we're in that middle round of buys, Horse. G'day to everybody in the chat as well. We've got to do a quick one of that. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss who we want to fade, who we want to maneuver around this buy round. We only have two teams that aren't playing this week. That's Freo and Port. And so we're going to have to get right stuck into it, Horsey boy, tonight. Also, just quickly, Horse, Maroons or Blues?
Oh, Maroons.
Yeah, up the Maroons. Let's go the QLD. I know it's going to piss off a lot of chat.
Send your hate through hashtag I don't care. But anyway, if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and put your noties on. Put the bell on. The more bells we get, the more thumbs up we get, the more exposure we get, which enables us to grow and give more people exactly what you guys tune in for at home, and that is pure quality banter and the occasional drop of footy knowledge. But also, jump in our Discord. Inside Unlimited is for free, and for less than 50 cents a week, you'll get access to everything we do. Our insights, our trades, our captains, exclusive premium Q&A, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. Entry to our Discord will always be free if you wanted to get involved in the community and talk Supercoach and all fantasy sport. Our Unlimited League is closed, but we're going to give a shout-out to whoever's on top each week. And that is Team Zorochilla still. And that is Ryan. He's currently sitting 15th overall, Skiddy.
Taking the piss, mate. Yeah, he's doing very, very nicely, sitting up there, doing well. Horse, we have Squeeze of the Week now open. I've already seen Corey, Deadly in there with their suggestions there. Love that as well, mate. So Squeeze of the Week is now open. All you have to do is put in who you think is going to get the top Supercoach score of the round individually. As you can see, Corey, he's gone Heaney 165, Deadly, Nick Dacos 177. I like both of those actually, Horse. I'm backing, going back because what I did last week. I'm going Bontempelli again. I reckon he can have a pretty one against the Lions.
Yep.
And Ian's just gone Bont 186. So I guess I'll go Bont 173 there tonight. So
Bont 186 is what he got last week, wasn't it?
That is correct. Is exactly what he got. Yes, absolutely. So if you want to get into the Squeeze of the Week, you put it in the chat in the YouTube, or you can join our Discord, put it in there. There's a subsection under AFL that is called Squeeze of the Week, and you can put it in there. Here you go. I love that, mate. LDU 156. Big fan of that. Yes, sir.
We still need Higo to join the Discord so we can send him his chocolates for picking the Squeeze of the Week a couple of weeks ago. We haven't heard from him.
No, mate, I know it's hard. You got to download it, then you got to sign up, and then, you got to click the link that's in our description.
Just give him a quick word of advice, please.
Yeah, mate. Weak as piss, be better.
Thank you.
My 63-year-old old man, 35-year-old old man, he joined the Discord this morning, actually. So he's
what a man.
Duly went in there because I told him about Kiz's bets and As's spreadsheets. He couldn't give a shit about what I say, but that's what he's joining for.
That's a loving father. And you've heard it here first, standard Squeeze of the Week.
My apologies. I do forgot that we do an intro for that. So week is piss be better.
Yeah, be better, Skiddy.
Yep, but it's open now, lads. So feel free to get stuck in there. I do like some of it. Quick hello to everybody in the chat. Remember, put your guesses in for the cups. If you go 8 for 8, you win a squeeze pack as well. If you bastards do not get 8 of 8, if no one gets 8 of 8 this week, then I'm going to start dropping hints in the Discord chat. So join that. I'll put it in there. Random time. Random much, but that will be, I'll try and give you guys a little bit of a push on it because obviously you need it.
Yep. And the first person to nail the 8 for 8 or 9 for 9 or whatever it is for the week will receive a $50 prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. And we'll get one clothing item of their choice from our store.
From us?
The Inside Apparel store. Absolutely, they will.
Horse. Surely we can't be talking about the week is piss be better hoodie and T-shirt.
If that's what they want, then we've got to give the people what they want, mate.
Damn. Well, all right. Well, fair enough. If you're able to win one of those beautiful items that you can see on the screen, obviously you can also get the week is piss be better merchandise, which is fantastic. You can get this beautiful shirt that I'm wearing right now. Beautiful logo now. We also have, so this beautiful T-shirt that you see right in front of you, Horsey, now comes in long sleeves. It was greatly requested, and it's already been flying off the shelves, so that's fantastic. So they come in long sleeves now.
Our first lot of games this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, are brought to you by the Standard Squeeze. Are you sick of breaking glass bottles, your beer going warm, or your coffee getting cold? The Standard Squeeze have everything for you to drink responsibly, but also conveniently. The Standard Squeeze products are made from food-grade quality plastic, so you can measure the perfect pour in case you don't know exactly how much you've had or if you need to drive. You can visit the standardsqueeze.com store and use the code IFS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tonight, mate,
go.
8 games. Port and Freo have the bye.
Yes.
So that might not sound like much, but when you're talking Port Adelaide and the likes of Butters and Houston and Horn Francis, Pickles himself, but then you're looking at Freo, so Luke Ryan, who's a very popular pick, Caleb Sarong, Luke Jackson, Fife, Hayden Young, Jordan Clark. There's a lot of Supercoach relevant people that are missing this week. So if you want your best 18, you need to tune in because we've picked out some rippers for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Horse, I can't believe that you just listed off those Fremantle players and you didn't list our man, Sammy Switowski. Poor by you. You're better than that.
That's really cool by me. A viewer of the show, Sammy, if you're listening in, hello and congratulations last week. You did well. Have the week off, mate, on us. Yeah. Anyway, the Crom and the Tigers, mate.
Yes, sir.
Which cup are we playing for, mate? What sort of guesses we got going on?
Mate, we've got a couple going on. We've got the we see the Kane Johnson Cup from Ian. That's a no-no. We see Kizza, who was thinking the way I was going because I gave you 2 options and I let you be the deciding factor in this one. I did say I reckon we go the Ivan Maric Cup, but you said no, and that is why Ahmed Frog comes over the top and he nails it with the Richard Tambling Cup.
Slam dunk.
Yes, sir. If anyone remembers back in the Wizard Home Loans Cup, and I'm pretty sure when we brought in the 9-pointer, I'm pretty sure Tambling was the first bloke to kick it.
He was the first ever one, yeah.
That was a beautiful barrel from 55 out, so you cannot go wrong with Richard Tambling. That is for absolute sure. So.
Before we move into the players, I see Jonas the Goat there. That's Switowski's new nickname, mate. Switchblade Kowalski.
Good old Switchblade.
But anyway, the big news this week, mate, is that Matt Crouch is out for the year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, So who do we see getting midfield minutes now, or who's going to have to be the one that's going to take the bulk of the midfield time there for the Crows? Because we see that there is a power of changes this week.
Yes, absolutely. So what we see, O'Brien's been dropped. Crouch is obviously out. I need to see the other ones because I've already forgotten off the top of my head. So I'm going to quickly just keep padding. Thank you. Tex Walker obviously out with the back as well. And Braden Cook injured, which I did not notice. But that's happened as well. We see Billy Dowling, Horse, your man. How many did he have in the VFL last week?
31.
Damn.
I did get some quick stats for the ladies and gentlemen at home. He had 117 Supercoach points. Mm-hmm. So they were his fantasy data from the game that he played in the VFL the sample last week. Mm-hmm. But Billy Dowling is averaging 24 disposals, 6 tackles, 5 clearances, and 107 Supercoach points per game in the sample this year.
Jeez, you love to see that, don't you, mate? I mean, that's fantastic. We also see the man that you called, Horse, you yourself said, hey, let's watch out because Riley O'Brien may get have a spell. Strawn, the young fella, who's not that young, is now coming in and he's going to have against Toby Nankervis, which Nank could eat here.
Yep. So I have played against old mate Strawn in the past when he was playing at South Bendigo here in Bendigo, and he's a mammoth of a man. But that was 8 years ago now. So what is he now? 27, 28?
Yeah.
Like he's not young.
No.
But anyway, I think
he's young to us, which is fair.
Yeah. I think that from a footballing point of view, I think Adelaide will be better in time with him being the ruckman. And I think Matthew Nicks has seen that and gone, yep, we need to make the switch now. We were shithouse against Hawthorn last week. They beat West Coast by 99 points the week before. So when you've got someone in the sample that's dominating like that, and then you've got Billy Dowling, they're going to give a few people a run. Adelaide aren't going to make finals this year, so it's now time to evaluate the list. And like you and I, mate, we've coached footy in the past. Sometimes you can see these things happening. You can see the writing on the wall. And I don't think that he's in the hottest seat in the AFL, but Matthew Nicks, he has to do some really good things to keep his job by season's end.
100%, mate. This is going to tie in pretty well. So I got a message from our man from Astute Newstead, Ryan Hammond, who is an avid Crow supporter, and pretty stoked that Matt Crouch is out for the year because he gets to see his boys fly up a little bit more. Messaged me and said, not sure if you saw, but Max Michaelani had a CBA at the start of the fourth. And I said, Ryan, Max Michaelani had 2 more centre bounce attendances than Rory Laird did in that game. Ooh. He said, I actually hate that something. Nicks needs to be fired. And I think you can judge of what else he said. So he was not too happy. But, he's not. I cannot believe that Max Michaelani in the CBAs when you have Laird, Dawson, Rochelle. We've had Rankin in there as well, obviously, but he's not playing. Slug, Soligo. We've now Michaelani's added to that list.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you put a third tall intercept defender type player in the CBAs unless you need some kind of defensive structure when you literally have Ben Keys playing in the forward line as a forward pocket who's been a midfielder for the last 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Got me stuffed. So in the answer to the question, who is going to take Crouch's spot? I've got no idea because Nicks is at the helm. I don't even think he has any idea what he's doing. It could be a number of players. Sam Berry is one that we can definitely target at 220K. But I know a lot of Adelaide people are saying that they're not confident in that anymore or anything like that. But still, like, where else do we kind of go, mate? Like, 220, if he's not the sub, it is a nice one to go at. Schoenberg as well is another one that he can throw in the midfield if he gets game time.
I like that pick a lot more, but for the money that this guy's at and for the type of game that he plays, I would encourage the ladies and gentlemen at home to go early on Billy Dowling.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
the one thing that we... Yeah, go on.
I like his game. I like his inside game, his ability to get the ball onto the outside. It's going to take the heat off Laird. Laird's an older body. He doesn't need to be bashing and crashing. Billy Dowling, this is his second year on the list. He needs to sort of prove himself the back end of this year, and I think he's going to get first crack on the inside. And if he does a good job, he'll hold his spot. So,
yeah.
Couldn't
agree more there, mate. But the one thing that we do know, that it has to be an inside mid that fills his spot.
Yeah.
That is what Crouch does. He's in and under. I know he gets no meters gained whatsoever and he still has 30, but it doesn't matter. It has to be an inside mid. Slugs are a little bit too small. Laird, as you said, is aging or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be one of these inside mid bulls that can come in and play that role. So that's why I do like Schoenberg and Dowling as well. Let's crack into the Adelaide team.
This is the longest we've ever spoken about Adelaide.
I know, right? But, this is it's a massive point right now. The one takeaway that I am 100% taking as well from Adelaide is that when Rankin comes back, he is a must in Supercoach.
Yep.
Laird, 525k, break even of 94. Surely he gets more than 10 CBAs this week. Horse, without Crouch, he's much better without Crouch in the side. We have seen that he can do the inside mid-roll. Is that because he's getting older that he's not doing it this year, or is it because Crouch has played every single game? We will wait and see. This is where we watch for Laird to come back. Jordan Dawson, foot injury last week, obviously hampered him, Horse. Does it make you feel better about picking up Dawson? I'm not picking him up with a break-even of 138.
No.
But without Crouch, are you more interested?
No, not with his foot injury. And he's been training forward this week. No mid-structure work at the Adelaide Crows this week for Jordan Dawson. It has all been forward.
Yeah, righto. Jack, I do see you.
Actually, I did see a little gag in the week. The most meters gained this week for Matt Crouch was, what was it, from the car to the hospital bed?
Yeah, on his way to the hospital. It was fantastic. I forgot who said it, but geez, you guys know who it was in the Discord as well. Yeah. Jack, it has been pretty bad, mate. When you're having 30 touches, you're only getting about 200, and he's had some where he's even way less. There's a reason why we're bringing this up, mate. When you're looking at guys like Nick Dacos and stuff like that, it's insurmountable, the difference.
Yeah.
Slug, he can definitely see an increase to Matt Crouch being out. He's got a break-even of 99 at 473k. It's a little bit too expensive to have that kind of trust in him, especially with how many other people Nix is putting into the CBAs. And Lockie Scholl, break-even of 12 at the moment, Horse. If you have him, fantastic, but I don't think I can buy him now after he's already increased. And as a wingman, it's a no-no for me. Tigers, Horse. Talk to me. There's a bit to talk about here too. Injuries
galore. And there's possibilities galore here also. We're being told that Bolter is most likely going to be the main man forward for the Tigers. So we're going to have to see how they structure up tomorrow. Dusty is out. And that's no surprise because he's going to play, his 300th against Hawthorn next week at the G. Now, Kazitsky is back in the team. Yeah. But I have it on word that he is a fitness test in the morning. And that is why Blight has taken the trip over. Ooh. If Kazitsky fails the fitness test, we will get Blight this week.
That's a very, very interesting one for me as well, because we know that we've heard all week Bolter is going to be playing forward. Kazitsky is a forward. So if Kazitsky comes in, does that mean that Bolter is then again going back to play back? If he doesn't get up, that means Bolter's going forward. Blight comes in and plays defense.
For those of you that are asking, like what happens when team sheets change and what have you, the team sheets are submitted no less than 24 hours before the first bounce. And then teams have up until an hour before the bounce to be able to change their team. Otherwise, they get fined. In that hour, they need to nominate their sub as well. So we'll know, we'll have it up in the Discord nice and early tomorrow as soon as we know. But if Kazitsky fails that fitness test, we'll have Blight in. And at 102k as a defender, that screams nice cash gen right there, mate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate. Junkie, yes, please. Thank you, mate. Junkie said he'll be at the game and he'll give us a weather update. What a man. Love to see that. All right, Horse. The last one, 434k, dirt cheap, but he's still got a break-even of 120. I reckon he's a watch this space. I reckon he's more reliable than what Jaden Short can be. So I would definitely watch. I'm not going yet, but I'm definitely watching on if Velasquez can bounce back. Shai Bolton, 410k forward. Forward is the main part here, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a break-even of 65. I reckon this is the solid option this week that we can bring in. Taranto's back. We've been saying it for ages. He isn't necessary to have Bolton have these big scores because Bolton needs an inside mid. Not only did they just bring Taranto back, they also brought Prestia back in. So,
and O'Brien is out and Strawn is in.
Yes.
I think, what's his name, Nankervis? This could be platter service for Richmond tomorrow night.
I 100% agree there, Horse. So I think this is a great chance to get a great forward in. And as long as those boys stay in the side, Bolton can still be relevant.
100%.
I'm bringing Bolton in personally.
Nice. I'm still tossing up between Bolton and Curnow.
Yeah. I just think that I love the fact that Bolton, I know Curnow's got such a great run, I just love the fact that Bolton gets CBAs and Bolton can be this type of athletic player. Holy crap. Tigers are $5.50.
I got him at $6.30. Yeah.
I'm genuinely,
I'm a $5 man, but I put $20 on them. I'm like, this is awesome value.
I like that. Yep, I'm big on that. Jaden Short, 361k, break even of 79. Horse, can he do something?
No. McAuliffe, 239k, break even of -5. Sorry, he may be the sub tomorrow night. So if you don't have him, you're not picking him up. But if you do have him, loop him because he may not play a full game. And then we've spoken about Kazitsky. We're going to give ladies and gentlemen at home, boys and girls, 30 seconds to get their guesses in for the Western Bulldogs and Brisbane Lions game. Horse. But let's give them a hint. Can you give me a hint?
Horse, I'm just going to say very quickly as well.
Yeah.
I reckon we're just going to say quickly in between the two teams that we're currently doing and say which cup is next so that people can start getting their guesses in. They'll give them enough time to be able to do their research. They'll give them about 5 minutes. Love that. We're going to do that from now on. Dogs, Lions. I really like this game, Horse. Also, too. Wait, it's at Brisbane. It's in Brisbane, isn't it? Ooh. Maybe I don't like Bond as much now, but we're going to have to wait and see on the weather how that's going to pull out because I thought it was a Marvel, but that's all right. Look, when we're talking about Brisbane,
no, it is at Marvel. It is at Marvel.
Oh, it is at Marvel. Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I'm out of my goddamn.
I'm looking at the website now. Yep.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, then now I really like Bond actually. Thank you very much. Look, Horse, I've given him enough time. All right.
Yeah.
When we're talking Lions.
2 people have picked it in the chat. 3 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2. Yeah. Look, mate. When we're talking Lions and Dogs, is there anything better? Jason Ackermanis.
The best kick on his opposite foot to almost ever play the game.
Mate, I'm telling you, is there much better than that goal that he kicked in the pocket in the pissing down rain, and he just turns around and does one of these ones to the crowd? Oh my God. That, besides Gary Ablett's, like that one was just absolutely unbelievable. Love Acker.
I see Skits Fits in the chat, mate. Update us. Where are you sitting at the moment, mate? We want to know. Hopefully you're still sitting top 100, mate. For the Dogs, though, Bontempelli, 654k, break even of only 57. So if you want him, you're going to have to get him because Skiddy, the last 2 times he's played Brisbane, 135 and 186.
Oh, that's in his last 2.
On his last 2, sorry. Brisbane, 109 the last time he played against Brisbane.
Yes.
I think he's a decent VC shout this week. We've heard the news today that Ed Richards is no longer back. We've heard no news on Libba, but no news is normally good news. He's got to be a VC shout this week, doesn't he?
I think Bond's definitely. You're not looking at anyone from Tigers, Adelaide, so I reckon this is probably the one where we look at the VC for Marcus Bontempelli. We're backing it off for form from last week because that was one of the best games you'll ever see. I'm backing in Bond on that. Tingles, 563k, 139, 138, 124 in his last 3 against Oscar McInerney. Love to see that, Horse. Please be back because he was last week, but let's just keep that going, mate. We love to see that. Our man, Daily Bale, 539k, break even of 81. But, Horse, Brisbane, second hardest team to score Supercoach points against backs for. So that is worrying.
Yeah, right.
They shut that one down nicely.
Yeah. Ed Richards is being ruled out. So if you're looking at bringing him in, don't. Jack McRae, maybe another up week this week, though, 448k. No Richards. We still haven't heard about Libba, but I reckon Libba's back in. He had no CBAs against Collingwood last week, though. He's been used purely as a half forward now.
Yeah.
So
unbelievable.
Yeah, but something's going to have to change because we've got Darcy, who's out for 2 weeks. He's got a break even of 93. So personally, I'm selling.
Yep. I can see
Garcia is 303k, break even of 38. The Fridge, just keep going, son. 225k, break even of 12. Yep. Harley Gallagher, he's been up and down. He's the roller coaster.
Yep. Break even of 10. So no.
Outside of Bont and English, who do you see being effective for the Western Bulldogs? Is it Bailey Dale? Are they the top 3?
I think you could throw Treloar in there as well because he's been absolutely unbelievable as of late. And it's not like the thing with Treloar is when Libba plays, he's getting like around, the 30 disposal mark and he's getting about 100 Supercoach points. But when Libba doesn't play, my God, is he going absolutely out of his mind. What I'm predicting is that if Libba plays, I don't think he's going to go full, his max CBAs like he normally does. I reckon they'll give him a little bit of breaks here and there. I reckon they'll throw him around, move the magnets around. If the Zinger is still in there, then we can still have a look. Because he may get some midfield time, but I don't think Libba's going to play full Libba mode in his first game back after what happened.
Absolutely. And before we start talking about the Lions, mate, the next game for those of you that want to get in for the Cups is the Hawks and Giants. For the Lions, mate, this is probably my pick of the week as to if you don't have him to bring in. Okay. So Lockie Neal, 614K, 135 last time he played against the Dogs at the Gabba. He's averaging almost 118 Supercoach points this year, and he's currently the 4th ranked Supercoach player that we have. Yep. He's going under the radar of a lot of teams, of a lot of people that are playing Supercoach. We've done the digging, and personally, I think this is a great get for the people at home if they're looking for an extra mid. And Brisbane have had their bye.
Yep, that is a very good point, mate. I mean, it's expensive, but when you're paying for that, I can definitely see where you're bringing up there, and I think this is a good way to get him in if you are going to bring him in. So I like that from you, Horse. Josh Dunkley, 601K, break even of 133. He had 108 last time against the Dogs in his first time playing against them. I reckon he's an awesome player. This is just going to be a massive test for him. So you're taking Neal over Dunkley, would you?
100%.
13K difference.
Yep, I would.
Okay. Righto. I like that from you, Horse. No worries there. Yep. Zorko, though, 610K, absolutely flying off of half back this year. I think he's almost a must. It's just going to be when you're going to bring him in, I reckon.
There's been a bit of a spanner put in the works.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, I can't remember who Brisbane have brought back, but I saw an article where they're almost looking at whether they're going to leave Wilmot at half back or push Zorko up onto a wing or half forward again.
Ooh.
If you're in the Discord, I'll keep you up to date tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, but I definitely saw something today and I should have written it down, but I didn't. But
that's all right.
Watch this space, please.
That would absolutely nuke Zorko's his Supercoach relevancy because it's that role that is making him relevant. It's not like, if he goes to half forward and he's going to be that good again. That is not the go. So, all right, let's be watching Horse on this one. Lohman, 391K Horse, unbelievable. He's got a break even of -6. He is unbelievably killing it right now, and I am spewing that I went against this one. So. It's just got, McCarthy goes down and now he's got the absolute job security on lock. So you love to see that. Revel, 205K. He's got a break even of -18. He is the defender halfback to make Zorko look as good.
The sandwich maker. Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely, mate. We keep holding there. He's still got a low break even. So love to see that. And Logan Morris Horse, he's got a break even of -32, but I don't give a stuff. I don't like the job security from him. So it's a no-no for me. Even though he's a low price and a good break even, I can't take it.
Yeah, that's fair, mate.
Yeah. He relies heavily on goals to make it. Yeah.
Yeah. On Saturday, mate, we've got the Giants in Tassie versus the Hawks, who usually play pretty well down there. And
yes,
you did the research on this one, mate. Is there many players that played for both the Giants and the Hawks?
There's actually a couple. Not too many, but I have seen one of the guesses, which is obviously one of the other ones in Tom Scully, but I can't go past the big schlong himself, Johnny Patton Horse.
Oh, mate, happy snaps.
That's it. You know that. I don't think there's a woman in Victoria that hasn't seen that big old Johnson. And and then also in Sydney. So he loved a bit of Snapchat, didn't he, Horse?
Yeah. Well, I never got a photo, so I feel a little left out. But anyway,
I don't think you. I
I don't
think
fit the
you
criteria.
you don't appeal to his kind of demographic, mate.
That sucks. But anyway,
tits
mate,
aren't big enough.
the Hawks play really well down in Tassie, don't they?
They do, mate. Mate, and look, basing off of current form, they're one of the best teams in the AFL because 5 out of 6 games they've won, and the only one they lost was to Port Adelaide when they were up 41 points, and they lost in the last second of the game. So, yeah, it's not too bad. So, Horse, let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Off the top of your head, who are you going? Who are you tipping this week? Are you tipping the Hawks or are you tipping the Giants?
No, I'm going the Hawks down there.
You going the Hawks down there?
Yep.
Odds. Give me
What's
the
that?
odds. Give me your odds.
Oh, my odds.
Yeah, give me your odds.
$1.60.
Ooh, not too shabby. Horse, I'll give you my odds. I'm going Hawks at $1.35.
Really?
I reckon they're
You're that confident?
I reckon this is theirs for the taking. In fairness,
Mm-hmm.
I like. All right, Lloyd Meek though.
I've just had a look at the weather forecast too for this game,
Yep.
being in Tassie. 10 degrees.
Is it
and
cold?
Very cold. 80% chance of rain.
Oh, okay. Crap. I'll go to $1.80 now.
But anyway.
Lloyd Meek, injured last week. He's in danger from missing another one, so we've heard. So it's going to be a watch to see if Meek gets up.
Yep.
So we'll have to wait and see on that. Sicily, 543K. He had 87 last week, even though he played an absolute ripping game. Giants give up the 4th least Supercoach points to defenders, so this is going to be a rough game for Sis, so we're not having that there. Will Day, though, Horse, your man from the Hawks, 554K.
Yep.
How we seeing him?
I like him. I'm not bringing him in. I flirted with the idea, but I didn't bring him in. But for those of you that did, I think he's a good player, and he'll be a constant 105 to 110 average for the year.
Okay, I like that. I really, really like that. But speaking of things that I like, Horse, how about my man?
Oh, Dylan Moore. How did he play? How did he play last week?
Oh, just the cheeky, 5 goals, 27 disposals, 167 Supercoach points. Like, oh my God, thank you very much. You just love to say it. He's got a break even of 47 at the moment, Horse, and he's had 3 straight 90-point games against the Giants. So, he's making us, a bit of Johnny Patton, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, isn't he?
Oh, God damn it. Every single time I see this bloke come up and I go, well, obviously I'm not allowed to say his name, but God, he's just rubbing in our faces, isn't he?
Massimo D'Ambrosio, pizza pasta, one Ferrari, really fast down the street, cooking the mums of pasta, yeah, and picking the zucchini out of the garden with the grapes and the vineyard and all that sort of stuff, yeah?
Jeez, you went real Italiano there, didn't you? What's that ad where it goes, perfect Italiano is for this and perfect Italiano is for that? What's that?
That's Christmas for me.
No, is that Domio?
Yeah,
Domio
I think
grin?
it is the Domio grin.
I'm going to have to start calling you the Domio grin just so I can actually start saying it.
I've been corrected. Launceston is 15 degrees, mostly sunny. Where did I look?
Oh, that's still cold as all hell. So
I was looking at Hobart. My bad.
Ah, right. Amazing that it's 5 degrees difference from the top to the south.
Yeah.
Unreal. So he's still just covering the ground really nicely. He's putting his pace to work. He's been doing really, really well as of late. Jai Newcomb, though, Horse, one that I want to bring up, 498K. He got 110 last week. Now, look, the only reason I want to bring this up is he looks so much better with Will Day in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is apples and oranges when we're talking about Jai Newcomb when he's playing with and without Will Day.
Yep.
And I don't get why. But it's there.
Yeah, it is there, but no, I can't bring myself to getting him. But one person I highly encourage the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages at home to definitely look at bringing in alongside Lockie Neal this week. If you do not have the cashola, would be one Tom Green from the Giants Footy Club.
This is mine right now. This is my pick of the week to come in. This is my short odds.
490. We see you in the chat, Lewis. We will get to the questions at the end, mate. 490k for Tom Green is outrageous. This is as cheap as he's been for a while. He had a couple of injuries, carrying an ankle. Hawks give up the 5th most Supercoach points to midfielders too.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to go on him, don't you?
Mate, if you don't have him, mate, this is the time. 490k is outrageous. So, yeah, absolutely. Also, to get your picks in for the Cups for North versus West Coast. Lockie Whitfield, 495k horse. He's got a break even of 105.
Mm-hmm.
He's had no tons in the last 3 weeks versus the Hawks, and that is worrying. If I was a Whitfield owner, this is iffy for me. And if I was looking at bringing him in, this is not the week. That's for certain.
No. Angwin, 222k -9.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's nearly back though, isn't he? He's still got a week or two.
Yeah, I think he's a week or two away. He was impressive last game out. It's a watch. It's a big watch for me on how he.
If you're looking at someone to downgrade from the Giants, that Toby McMullen's at 123k and he's on the bubble this week.
He is absolutely, but we'll have to just wait and see how he goes as well. You could definitely have a crack at that, mate. I'll tell you what. I watched him for a long time. Then I told him, nah, he's done for me. But if there's ever a week that Kieran Briggs is going to pull his finger out and play a good game, it's this one right now. He's 442k. If Meek doesn't play, that means he's playing Ned Reeves. He's actually got a genuine chance at bodying him in the round the ground ruck contest. I wouldn't give it to him in the CBAs, but around the grounds, I reckon he can body him.
Mm-hmm.
Mate, surely he's going to be able to have it. Hawks give up the second most Supercoach points to rucks. Surely he has a crack. Get that garbage out of here! I agree.
He's burnt me too much.
Fair enough.
Callahan and Peatling are watching, as they'll likely get CBAs with Cogs and Kelly still out. Now,
so that is more for bets wise.
Yeah. Eagles versus North in WA, mate.
Yes, sir.
How many is there? Players
that have played, mate. Actually, I think there's about 8 or 9.
Did Danielle Laidley play for West Coast and then come across to North?
Danielle Laidley definitely did, mate, but there is no goddamn chance that I was going to name it after Danielle Laidley because I was nearly about to name it after Aaron Edwards because I loved Aaron Edwards and he took that massive hanger in the elimination final against the Hawks. And I was at that game and I nearly lost my 13-year-old goings. But, mate, if there's anyone in the chat, and I know that our man, Corey, who loves the Cups, and he's a North Melbourne man, there's no goddamn way that I would pass up on an opportunity to get at the old Thomas the Tank Engine. Boom, boom, Drew Petrie, after he was, just so I can say, hey, Horse, remember the last time that North versus the Bombers in the finals?
I don't, sorry. But we don't have time to go through it. So don't
worry, I do.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
For the Eagles, mate, putting McLovin, Jeremy, 561k, 113 last week, two tons the last 2 games against North. Mm-hmm. If he's got that matchup down there against Dawson or Suvlaki, it could be a big day for McGovern.
I would see that. I reckon, not Rotham. Who's the other one? Barras. I reckon Barras will go to Suv. Yep, I reckon he'll go to Suv. I reckon McGovern will probably play intercepting defender role. I reckon he can get away with that.
Yeah, okay.
Elliot,
526k. He's dropped nearly 100k.
He has, mate. 149 break even, and I reckon there's a genuine chance that he could make this.
Really?
Well, North's mids, they are better. They're the best thing that we have in our side, but Yo could definitely get off the chain. Actually, Clarko, I reckon Clarko, there's a genuine chance that Liam Shields could go to Elliot Yo.
Good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Try and curb his influence.
Yep.
Are we Bolter betting this week?
Actually, also, no, now that I think about it, no, I don't think Shields will go to Elliot Yeo. I reckon Clarko is going to back X to beat Flynn and Williams and our mids to get on top of West Coast. I don't reckon there'll be a tag at all.
Are we going to bolt a bit?
What do you want? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're double or nothing, aren't we?
Yep.
And you reckon North's going to win, and I reckon there's no chance.
I do. Yep.
Okay. I reckon there's a smaller. This is the most chance that I will give North at the moment to win a game. So yeah, I'll still take the Bolter bet. I still think we'll lose, but I don't think we'll lose by as much now.
This is one of those rounds, when you're doing your tips and you look at the start of the week and you're like, oh yeah, this week looks pretty solid, and then there's a few upsets, or there's the first 3 or 4 games and all the underdogs get up.
Yeah, you mean like
I can see Richmond beating Adelaide. I can see North beating Eagles here. Like I think there's and especially without Tim Kelly and without Harley Reid now, that's quite a bit of experience and a bit of pizzazz in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the chat. I think they're better than a 50-50 chance of winning.
Okay, all right. I like that. Yeah. I like that, Horse. Let's hope Tim Kelly doesn't play and Jake Waterman doesn't play. So fingers crossed there.
Tim Kelly's already been ruled out.
Yes. Okay, I'm gaining more confidence. How about the W train?
I hope he plays because I love that bloke.
Mate, if he plays, he'll kick 6. Yeah, so I hope he doesn't play. Aiden Call would most likely be the matchup there. North do give up the most Supercoach points to forward. So, yeah. Harley Reid, 2 weeks, confirmed, isn't it? It got upheld, so he's done. So you got your wish. He doesn't play against Essendon next week, so you'd be happy.
Awesome.
And I'm happy that he doesn't absolutely take the piss out of us like Jason Horne-Francis does every single time. So that's great. Chesser, just a reminder, no. Edwards, though, this could be one. He could definitely be one to bring in. He's 196K, break even to -40. What I love about him, Horse, is that he does not need high disposal games to be able to score well in Supercoach. His defensive pressure is elite.
Spot on, mate.
It's great.
Yep. Jinby will be the big beneficiary with Reid and Kelly out. 370K, but too much. Yep. Dom 300K. 100 last week too.
Horse.
Yeah,
this is okay. Dom Sheet at 300K. This is something here that I really like. North this week, no Kelly. That's dangerous. He's got Essendon, and then the Hawks. If he can keep his spot on the side, Horse, you know how damaging Dom Sheet can be. Shout out to Collingwood. Horse, I don't mind this.
And Clay Hall, there is a chance that he comes in for his first game this week too. We'll have to wait for teams tomorrow.
Horse, I know when you see a good comment, you just got to bring it up. But our man, the El Presidente of the Punters Club, that is an outrageous multi for $45. I mean, hey, Kizza, I'm in if you're in, brother. Absolutely.
Yep. Skids Fitz is on as well.
I like that. Let's go to North quickly.
Before we do the next game, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start getting your guesses in, will be the St Kilda and Suns game.
Yes.
And just to give Skids Fitz a bit of a heads up, it's a player that has retired. Yeah. So Ben Long cannot win it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. For North, she's got 550K, 115 average this year, 114 and 114 in his last 2 against the Eagles. He's still scoring around the ground. I'm not too worried about him moving off of halfback. I reckon that's fine. No dramas there. Tristan Xeri, he's got 546K. Eagles do give up the most Supercoach points to Ruckman. That's why I think Clarko will back Jerry to be able to go up against them. Hopefully he can not tap it down Elliot Yeo's throat all game. And this is the game. I reckon this is the game where he can have a big one, and I hope he bloody damn well does.
Do you know who is going to have a big game?
Talk to me, Horse. If you're telling me any player that North's going to have a big game, talk to me.
7-Eleven's himself.
LDU.
Against a weak Eagles midfield that will consist of Jinby and an aging Dom Sheed, without Tim Kelly, without Harley Reid. There is a chance that man could absolutely go off tap. 576K, break even of 64. he's got a really friendly run home too. And as a primo, if he can stay healthy, it's not a bad shout. 127 and 143 the last two against the Eagles, and West Coast give up the third most Supercoach points, 2 mids, and mind you, that is with Tim Kelly and with Harley Reid in the side. So
correct,
could go really big.
Yep, I like that. Big fan of that, mate. Pow pow, Kelly, we want a mixer.
Pow pow.
He's now back up to 404K. Hold if you still have. CBAs were back in the last time against Port.
Yeah.
His break even of 54. We definitely take that as a forward. Happy to hold there. Horse, your man this week, Zach Fisher. I don't want to say I told you so. So I won't.
Give it to me. Go on.
Mate, I told you so. All right. Look, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I told you, as soon as Sheezel went off of halfback, Fisher is going to eat. This is 30 disposals a game, easy, because we're going to get belted every single time. What's happened? I'm pretty sure he's averaging like 117 or something ridiculous. Sheezel's not going back to halfback. They need to keep going with his growth forward of the ground. So Fisher's just going to keep eating, mate.
Skiddy.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
He's in.
Yep. Oh my God. I never thought I'd see the day where you brought in
Neither.
Fisher.
Neither. But I feel like I've got a bit of a roll on with my Supercoach team now. For those of you that are in the unlimited chat in the Discord, I will post it tomorrow. But I did finish 23 points behind top spot last week, and I'm hoping that this week we'll be able to give it a nudge again. So I feel like, and yourself too, I feel like we're both placing ourselves really strongly for a good run home. So,
agreed.
Kumbin or Combin or Condom, however you want to say it, break even at 46. Are you holding still? Or if you could go sideways into a primo, like if you could go Kumbin to Condom into Shy Bolton.
I would definitely take that crack on Shy Bolton, 100%. I do like that the reports are coming out that he's staying half back from all of my North sources because Will Dawson is now training forward. So it looks like he's going to be the guy to go forward. I thought for certain it was going to be Condom. That's why I was keen on moving him a couple of weeks ago, but he's got a break even of 46. And if he is still that intercepting defender, I love that horse because that can generate into good Supercoach scores. So I would hold if you still have him. Quickly, just to the blokes in chat, please do keep me updated with Origin, what's going on. I see that Reece Walsh has just been absolutely belted, so please keep me updated.
Do the double thing. Have us going on one screen and the Origin going on the other screen if you have to.
100%. Absolutely.
Colby McKercher, mate. So this is an interesting one. We both – it was funny because I texted you and then you texted me within 5 minutes of each other.
Yep.
And both had different sources with the same information. Colby McKercher has not trained. He's in runners.
Yep.
And he's still experiencing soreness with his foot. And you're a rookie. You haven't played for 4 weeks. You've still got soreness in your foot. You haven't been able to train. I know he's got a break even of 7, mate, but I can't see this guy coming back anytime soon. And if you're holding him as someone that you're hoping to get another 100K out of versus you being able to go sideways this week into a Bolton or into a Fisher or into a Kerno, or whether you wait a week and then go into a Rosie, I don't see any benefit in holding on to him for the year. I can't see him coming back.
Yep, no, I can 100% agree with that horse. The good thing is that his foot injury is his non-kicking foot, so that is a plus.
Okay.
He hasn't been ruled out for this game at all yet, so it's going to be a wait and see for, I think they're training today or tomorrow. So
tomorrow's their main session. Yep.
Tomorrow, yep. So, I think it's just going to be a watch until we will definitely keep you updated with the Discord. Of what
if you're in the Discord, jump in there. I'll see you in there, Julie. And once we know, we will update you. Should you be in the Discord, mate?
And Julie, I don't think Colby does affect Fisher in the slightest. We've seen it before. They can both work together because how much of the ball comes down back there. Maybe not this week against the Eagles, but we'll say Will Dawson, 117K for a lot of people that have been messaging me about it. Apparently, he has been training forward, so we've heard. If he comes in forward, he's 200 centimeters. He has ridiculous athleticism. He's a great mark. Think Sam Darcy-esque. with the slighter build, but that athleticism and that height is there. I don't think that he can get the scores that he would be playing down back, so I wouldn't be going that. Horse.
Yes, mate.
Yeah. Let's talk about, you know what? I'm going to talk about him this week.
Yeah, you are.
And that is our man with the almost greatest mustache on this podcast, and that is Ryan from Astute Newstead. And that is what the next games are brought to you by. Are your rates above 6.20%? Want to buy a new home? Maybe you want to refinance or renovate, or maybe you want to just save some money like the rest of us. Then you should reach out to our man, Ryan from Astute Newstead, for an obligation and cost-free inquiry. You can contact him on his link tree. That's right.
Trees in the chat.
I know that, the trees. Or you can use the code INSIGHT for a free consultation. And he is just an absolute legend of a bloke. Did it for both of us, Horse.
I want to, yeah, absolutely. I want to see the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages at home get around my man Skiddy doing an ad read. Love to see it.
I'm look, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be doing many of them. That's for certain. I'm for funny. Your business.
Yes. So on Saturday night, mate, the Saints played the Suns in the. We're going to give it 30 seconds.
No, everyone's already had him in there.
Have they?
Mate. Yeah.
Have they?
Jasper, there's no chance Payne's playing this week. Yeah, they got him in before. I've seen a couple. What have we had?
Yep.
We've had the Mav Waller Cup from.
That's a good shout.
It was. That was definitely in our list. The Ben Long was definitely wrong. We've seen Mav Waller again. Tom Hickey Cup. I do love. I like the Tom Hickey one just because I love how much Tom Hickey is. But you know, I got so much possibilities with Tom Hickey. So no.
We picked a bloke that I have played some footy with.
We pick Horses, man, and that's Minnie McQualter, Richmond's finest coach, baby.
Yes, Minnie McQualter, Andrew McQualter, who started off at the Saints, then got traded up to the Suns, was the senior coach at Richmond for a little bit. And I think he might even still be the assistant coach at Richmond. I'll have to double check that one.
Nah, didn't he piss off because...
or did he go back to the Saints?
No, I'm pretty sure he was angry that they gave the job to Adam Uze and not him, so he pissed off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he just went, no thanks. I've had enough of that.
Yeah, for the Saints, mate. What's that?
Marvel Stadium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Steele, 544K, a lucky 118 last week.
Yes, sir.
Because he didn't get a stat in the first quarter. 105, 131, 110 the last three against the Suns. You're holding, but the Suns are the hardest team to score against for Supercoach, Skiddy.
That they are, mate. So they are an absolute juggernaut this year. Marshall, 603K, break even of 191, if you don't mind, umpire. 58 last time versus Wits. But the good thing is, Wits probably is not playing again this week. And
he's already been ruled out.
Fantastic. Marshall versus Moyle. You love to see that. So we could definitely see a good game here for Marshall, I hope. The Wang, Nasiah Wanganeen Miller up 550K, break even of 96. He loves Marvel Stadium, Horse.
I think he's only got, in his last 10 games, he's got 8 at Marvel.
How good is that? That just screams what we want to see from him.
Yep. Hunter Clark, 352K.
Oh, yeah.
He's a watch this week, but don't buy. If the CBA stay up, we could have something there. But again, it's just a watch.
I think it was 17 Horse, 17 CBAs.
That's
He actually had a good amount.
How's about the Boner? The Stiffy himself, 450 odd K, but it is time to get rid of him now that Clark's back. 454K. Moved around like a hot cake last week, and Sinclair's playing off half back, which means it's going to be Wang and Sinclair. If he doesn't play well on the wing or half forward, he'll probably get dropped soon.
Horse, I got 2 words for you when we're regarding the Boner.
Go.
Not tonight.
And boy, have I heard that before.
It's done. Yeah, that is cut.
Mate, this one's interesting. Wilson, who in my eyes is probably leading the Rookie of the Year.
Get that out
for
of
the
your
AFL.
mouth. Get that.
404K. He's got a break even of nearly 100. I don't know how this bloke is not HIA after Harley got 2 weeks for it, but he has been awesome for us. He's made us nearly 300K. it's time to go sideways into a primo, isn't it, mate?
I agree. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, look, you can hold because he's got good job security, so that's all right. This is saying I've got a headache regarding the boner. Brilliant by you. Yeah, I think you can definitely go. You can hold if need be, but I reckon this could be. He's up to 400. Like, this is where we can call it. He's not going to be someone that you're holding the whole time. Max King out, so Caminiti and Membry will be the main beneficiaries there.
Yeah,
we go on to the Suns and then get your guesses in for the Swans versus the Cats. Not that many there, Horse.
No, there's not.
Diddley, Sam Flanders, can he ton again, Horse? Can he keep the streak going?
Yes, of course he can.
Beautiful. Love to say that.
Saints give up a fair few points to defenders, don't they?
Second most, my man.
So could he be a sneaky shout for a VC or a C?
I mean, I don't hate it. I think there's some other ones that we feel a bit more comfortable with, but I mean, if you go in a bit left field, I don't hate it.
Yeah. Still only the only Supercoach player to be running his tons. So the only one that's turned up in every game.
Correct.
This bloke, it's going to hurt me to say it, so I'm going to leave it to you because I love it when you... Oh, yes. 561K, 98 last time against the Saints. I think he'll go larger this week.
Yep, I can agree with that.
Miller. 559K. Would rather row, though. Just quietly.
Yep.
Anderson, 554K. He got 150 last week, Skiddy.
He did.
Which means he's going to get 63 this week?
63 this week, mate. Let me just reel off a couple of Noah Anderson scores this year, mate.
Go.
155, then a 50, then 151, then a 92, then a 70, then a 149, then a 55, then a 150. Horse, if the trend's anything to go by, this is going to be a 63 or a 90. It's just, he's not going large. That's for certain.
No. Moyle, if you did bring him in, though, congratulations. Good work. And thank you for listening.
Yes, sir.
If you bought him, you're holding him. Sexton. So we've been getting a few questions about this guy and what's going to happen when Powell comes back. And I can confidently tell you that he will not be scoring this well when Powell comes back. He's got a lifespan for our Supercoach teams. It is not now that we sell him. He's got a break even of 36 still. But when Will Powell comes back, we're trading him.
Yep, agreed. Yeah. Or we can give it one game and see how it goes. But yes, I'm definitely very much cautious as well as you.
Yeah.
Closey, 325K. He's got a break even of 70. I know he had a shit week last week, but I still think we can watch a little bit. But if he does go crap this week, I think he desperately needs the buy. So we'll just have to wait and see there. Graham, 291K, break even of 64. Job security is less than Clossey's. So I'm not 100% on him, but, you know, it's still around the mark. And then Bodie Erland, 82 last week. I'm not bringing him in, but if you have, holding, break even of 54, like that.
No. The Sunday game, mate. So we have Filthy, Golden Tonsils, boys in the Swans, who are 2 games clear at the top, against Asses Cats. So the Discord is going to be absolutely lit on Sunday afternoon when this is going up.
And they hate each other too, Horse.
Oh, mate. It is going to be, there's going to be a lot going on. Yes, so there's a few players. Like, I want to give Skitsfits a shout out. He's yelled out Paul Chambers. That's a blast from the past.
That's a ripper right there, mate.
David Spriggs from Golden Tonsils.
I think Phil's going to be pretty pissed off at me when I tell him that he's wrong this week. So Armand Frog and Skitsy has also gone the Mummy Cup. And unlucky for you boys because he was already the Giants and the Cats one that I've already done this year. So we're not doing that. I see Greg Diesel Williams. That is also wrong. Corey gets it right with the Dan Menzel Cup. Yes, sir.
Perhaps alongside Alex Johnson as the most unluckiest footballers to play in the last quarter of a century.
God, but he was good when he played.
That man had some bloody skill. He was an awesome footballer.
I want to change it, Horse. Phil just said it's the Asa Tonsilian Cup, and I think that's hilarious.
Okay. We'll nominate that in the Discord, mate. But
It could be in brackets.
to start off with, before we start players, and we've got Golden Tonsils in the chat, and I appreciate what he does for us and his Sydney contacts that he has.
So,
Jordan, does he go to Max Holmes or does he go to Tom Stewart? Or I'm going to throw out a left field one because Richmond did an absolute number on Grind Myers last week and it kept him in the game for a long time.
They did. You're absolutely right on there. I do like to see. Yeah, I reckon that could be a good shout of him going to Grian. I think you personally go to Max Holmes when Holmes plays halfback. Holmes is beginning a lot of CBAs this year as well for the Cats.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he could be in there a lot. I don't think Jordan follows him in there. I reckon he'll chop and change. If he doesn't go to Grind, I reckon he'll chop and change between Holmes and Stewart because we see how impactful Tom Stewart can be. And they need to shut him down.
Yeah, they do.
So I hope for your sake that he doesn't go to Max Holmes.
No, same.
Speaking of Holmes, sorry, we're talking about the Swans actually. Heaney, 610K, break even at 137. Absolutely, JD keeps on keeping on.
Good on your frog.
Mate.
Yeah.
He's only gone under 100 two times this year, and one of them was last time against the Dogs. When he played Sydney, though, when he played Geelong, he's had 140 against the Cats, right? And that's before he was playing this midfield role. He normally gets around about 90-odd against the Cats, and that's without the midfield role. He could go damaging this week.
Is he a trading target?
Isaac Heaney?
Sorry, I'm talking about the next one.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Heaney.
Heaney. Is he a C? Is he a C option?
I reckon he's a C option. Yep, I reckon he could definitely be up there with one of them. Talk to me, mate. Talk to me about the bleached arsehole. Talk to me about Chad.
He's got a 5-round average of 130.
Damn.
Like, what more do you need to say, mate? The bloke has been on an absolute tear lately.
He has.
3-round average of 138. Can he keep this up?
Mate, I reckon based off form alone, I reckon there is a good chance. It seems like he's pushed himself ahead of with what Errol's doing, and I think that he can keep on going. I think there's times where it's going to be Heaney, where there's times where it can be the bleached arsehole, but I don't know. It's 608K if I can fully trust that, but I don't mind it. Grundy, 575K. This is a great matchup for him against the less experienced Conway. So I really like that. And Errol, 535K, 131 last game, 124 last time against the Cats. I just don't see that it's the full Errol experience that we're going to be getting from last year. So I don't know if I'm fully trusting that on Errol. Horse, just real quickly, I want to say congratulations to Will Hayward, who has signed a 5-year deal at the Swans. I think that is good for him.
We broke some news a little while about the Western Bulldogs player who has been over in Perth and doing a little bit. I actually have some sneaky news from our little contact over in Perth.
Yes, I have also got it.
While the Swans had their week off last week, a certain bleached arsehole was touring the facilities at Fremantle.
And you know what's funny? This is the exact same thing that Freo did to poach Luke Jackson from Melbourne. They did it the exact same way. Put him up in the exact same apartment building. Toured him at the exact same facility. Ooh.
Yeah. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. If it happens, you can give us a pat on the back. If it doesn't,
we told you so.
Yeah, we told you so. Anyway, the Cats, 564K for Maxi Holmes, 123 3-round average, break even of 59. He doesn't have a good record against the Swans though, but
he's been
lots. He's never had this role before. He's been so good, like his run and carry and his ball use. And I think this is a direct correlation as to why Tommy Stewart has fallen back a little bit.
Agreed. Could not agree more, mate. And speaking of Tommy Stewart, 474K, which is unbelievable for Stewart. Break even of 88. He had 147 last time against the Swans. I really hope that he can get back to his best, but there is still a chance that we could still be looking at a fade here. Jeremy Cameron, who is the one that I'm putting in the same realm as Charlie Curnow for a pickup, 419K. He's got a break even of 91. Swans allow the least SC points to forwards this year, though, Horse, so that is worrying for Jezza. But Jezza, he can do bloody very well against the Swannies.
Yeah, absolutely. You can.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got there, mate?
Jack Bowes, mate, 387K, 146K last week. So that's absolutely bang on. But that was against the Tigs, who do give up the most Supercoach points to midfielders. Obviously, getting in there is very good for his Supercoach. So he's a break even of 46. If you have him, I reckon hold. I don't know if I want to have a crack at 387. But again, that's pretty cheap. But we're just watching for when Danger and Guthrie come back because that can hold him. Conway, 322K. We are definitely holding there. If you did bring him in, I'm not buying though. And then Ollie Dempsey, 120. I forgot to say as well, get your guesses in for Essendon versus Carlton in the next.
Is that next?
Cup,
yes.
Mate. Yes, it is, mate. The Mackay versus Mackay, first time ever, apparently. Dempsey, 122K. Mate, this will be a lot tougher than going up against Richmond. 331K break even 41. So hold if you still have. I wouldn't be feeling too bad about selling him when we did, if you already did. So that's no worries there. Ollie Henry as well, hopefully for a speedy recovery for him. I'm pretty sure that I would assume that's going to be a like-for-like swap with Gary Rowan.
You would think so.
Yep, absolutely, mate. So
anyone else got left there?
Nah, mate, that's it for the Catters. But what I want to ask you, mate, give me your odds. How confident are you that Essendon can pull this on against Carlton? Sunday night, 95,000 they're expecting.
I love my boys, but $3.50.
Oh, geez, you are not confident at all.
No, we've got a few injuries at the moment. We're just hanging out for the bye. Yeah,
I can say that. I'm putting you guys at about. I think Carlton are pretty comfortably favourites. I put you guys at about 250 odd. I reckon, Horse.
Okay.
And would you do me the honours, seeing as you are the Essendon man? And I would, normally I like to take roll of the cups, but when it's Essendon and it's no one that I think is funny, I will 100% handball it over to you, Horse. So please, who did you name the cup after for the Essendon Carlton game?
I thought I was genuinely going to get away with this one with no one guessing it.
But
someone's actually got it. And no, it's not Glenn Manton.
2 have got it.
3, Skidsmiths. Justin Murphy.
Skitsy, yeah. Well,
he's the man.
Skits has obviously had a couple of wines.
He's
as me.
He's picked Murphy.
We'll give it close enough.
Yeah. Good try, sport.
He said it, not me, Skits. He said it, not me.
Whoops. But anyway, for the Blues.
Do you want me to do
Walsh.
the Blues?
Yeah, you go. Walsh.
All right, so Walsh, 554K, break even of 95. He's turning up each week, but we need more. We need more from Sammy Walsh. 93, 75, 130 in his last 3 against the Bombers, and Bombers are the 5th hardest midfield to score against, Horse. I am predicting this will be a somewhat close game, so we can get a bit of scaling score for Supercoach. I'm not confident in putting a C on Sam Walsh. Cripper, 561K, 103 last week. He's been very, very hit and miss against the Bombers. He has gone like 60s and then sometimes 120s, so you never know what you're going to get there. Just can't tell. Nick Newman, our man, been great as of late, 580K. Another ton last week. And why that's important is because Sard played, so did Williams. Williams is now a forward. So if you picked Nick Newman when we told you to pick Nick Newman, you would be absolutely pissing yourself laughing, and you can continue to hold.
You would have made 150K.
Outrageous. Love to see that. So he's got a massive break even, but who gives a stuff?
Hey, mate.
Ben, yo.
It's the Mackay Cup.
Well, it is Ben.
Is it going to be the first time we see them?
First time in the AFL. They've played a couple in the VFL, but this is the first time in the AFL because they just continuously got themselves injured. So this is going to be interesting to see. How do you reckon Harry will go against Ben?
Okay.
Right. I saw an article this week where it said Ben Mackay was the star killer. Did they not watch Did they not watch Ben King take the piss last week?
Flag downs?
Oh, okay. Sorry, Horse. You're right. My apologies.
Look, I think Curno's a shout for goals this game. I think Mackay has been really good this year, and he has been instrumental in the way that we've been playing down there, allowing the likes of Ridley of late, but Martin and these sorts of players to be really influential with ball in hand. So I think he does go to to Harry. And I think Curnow, we just don't have anyone to match up on Curnow.
I think he might chop and change a little bit. So I can definitely see that going.
Whoever's closest to the goal square, he'll play on.
The one thing I don't want to see, if Harry versus Ben, umpires, get out of the way. All right.
Yep.
If they hit each other, they punch each other, they give a little 1-2s and anything like that. Umpires don't get a say in that. Only their mum gets a say in that. She disciplines them. Umpires don't give it. Let the two biff. Everything else is fair game unless Mama McKay comes in and goes, nope, that was dirty. He gets a week. Everything else is fair game in my eyes.
Yeah. How about Tom DeConey?
Mate, 443K break, even a minus 15. So he's been fantastic with a 140 last week. We need Pitnet to bugger off because this is not going to happen if Mark Pitnet plays. So we that's why we can't go fully in on TDK right now. Curnow, 455K, sorry, break even of 92. Essendon are the third hardest team to score Supercoach points against, Horse. Are you bringing him in this week or are you waiting a week?
I would normally bring him in, but I'm really liking the Bolton matchup against Adelaide. So I think you'll wait.
I agree there, mate. I reckon.
And you know what? Julie's spot on too. Backyard rules for the boys. Yep.
100%.
Just let them go.
Until one of them goes crying to their mum and mum tells one of them that they got to go to their room, everything else is fair play. 100%. Yep. Couldn't agree more. And Horse, who do you reckon takes the tag this week of George Hewitt or the new Carlton tagger in Alex Chincotta?
Yeah, Chincotta will go to Merritt. Yeah.
You reckon he'll go to Merritt? Yeah, I can see that too. That is the reason why I'm scared of putting a C on Merritt because obviously I agree this is going to be a big game and a big fight feel. So that's why I say it. Quickly, lads, get your tips in for the Collingwood versus D's game cup. This is a big one. Big one, Horse. Talk to me about your beloved Bombers, the no more flag dons because Suns absolutely shit on you last week. So talk to me.
Laverde. Sack him. Merritt, 576. Yeah.
We get some things right on this podcast, mate. And how many times do we have to cuss? How many times do we have to cuss out Laverde, though?
Well, I did tip the Suns. Yeah.
Oh, Reed. Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. So Reed is out for the year, ladies and gentlemen. He's having surgery on his pectoral, and hopefully he gets better soon. Merritt. Actually, before I get stuck in the Essendon, you know what the difference is between Zach Reed and Scott Gumbleton is?
Oh, God. A different knee?
Oh, Gumbleton actually played 40 games. Fucking hell.
Oh, damn.
So Merritt, 576K, 97 last week. He's got a 101.3 average against the Blues. He does play well on the big stage, but I think Chincotta will be following like a glove. This man right here, if you're looking for a backman, I encourage you to bring in Jordan Ridley, 530K. He's gone 162, 111 in the past couple of weeks. He's got a break-even of 33. 2 tons the last time he's played against the Blues and no red dog. So the ball will either be in Ridley's hands or Martin's hands coming out of the back line. Or McGrath, having McKay down there really opens up the game for Ridley. And even if we are getting beaten, the ball's going to be down there a lot. And I think he's still going to ton up.
My main thing that I like about Ridley is that he tons up. Like, he played well in a win and he played well in a loss. So that's a big tick for a backman like that. So I like that.
Yep. Martin, 530K, 80 last week, but no red dog. Last time Martin played the Blues, he scored 139. So let's hope that he backs that up this week. Caldwell, 469K, 88 last week, but let's wait for Rankin to come back, I reckon.
Yep.
I can't believe this bloke's coming up in conversation.
Horse, I had to put him in here because I thought it was bloody hilarious. But Nick Hind is now 387K and has a break even of 10.
I I want to give Corey Blackledge a shout because he bought him up when he was at 220K earlier in the year.
Mhm.
And he said, is Hindcone a shout? And I said, no. And it's made me look silly. So, Corey, I apologise. But you do not put the Hindcone in your Supercoach team.
Horse, I have stuck a rocket so far up his ass that he's gone up 150K. You are welcome for what I.
Well, you know what? There's actually rumours that he's going to donate half his paycheck when he gets his next contract to you.
Damn right he should.
Yeah.
Put it straight into insight, baby. Yes, sir.
And one I do want to mention, Saad El-Houli.
Mhm.
We want to see Scott give him a go. He played his first game for Essendon VFL last week. Essendon got pumped by 80 points, but still 25 touches, 10 marks. He was awesome, exciting, quick, daring with ball in hand. I think Scott will give him a go in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep, I hope so, mate. That'd be fantastic for us in Supercoach because I'm pretty sure he's a forward mid, which would be beautiful at a cheap price. All right, let's get on to the last game, Horse. Pies, D's, we've given you guys enough heads up. Look, Skitsy, I'll tell you what, mate. You would have been bang on the money because I was going to choose him until shout out to my little brother, Kale.
Yeah.
It was his birthday on Monday. I went around and saw him and said, "Happy birthday, bruz. Hope you have a lovely day and everything like that." And I said, "Who do you reckon should be the cup between Melbourne and Collingwood?" And he, without any hesitation, turned to me and he said, "It's the Heredia Lumumba."
Heredia Lumumba.
Yep, which is good because he also fluffed it, so I will fluff it in his honor. Lumumba Cup. Harry O'Brien, whatever you want to refer to him as. I know we have to say Lumumba, but yes, it will be his cup. The man that called. What did he? He went against Eddie Maguire and Nathan Buckley, didn't he? And said,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Lumumba hasn't been done, no.
No, because Collingwood and Melbourne haven't played. I'm pretty sure they were the only two players that he's played for.
I think so. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, absolutely. Good on you, Corey. Good job, mate.
Well,
let's go to Gorn, mate.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
106, 136 last two against the Pies. 136 last time he played against Cameron. I think this is where my C option is if my VC on Bont doesn't go well.
I like that.
But this one's intriguing for me. Christian Petracca, 543K, break even of 113. Mm-hmm. He was better last week. He had 17 CBAs out of 31.
Mm-hmm.
But Melbourne were just plain shit. You will not see them play that poorly this week.
No, mate. He needs to step it the hell up. All the rest of Melbourne need to step it the hell up. They need about 5 Petraccas, I'll tell you that much. Speaking of a bloke that needs to step it up, Clary, 517K. He got 73 last week against Freo. Contested footy was down, but I think he'll be better after this. Like, he was good after the hand injury, and then he's just had a down week. In his last two against Collingwood, 152, 141. So that does go a bit well into Clary's hands. Also, too, with Pies depleted midfield, we can definitely see one there. Mm-hmm. Junkie, yes. We look at Christian Salem now, Horse. The man that I brought in, my man, 396K. He has a break even of 17 again. 91 last week off halfback. He was one of Melbourne's best last week. He's definitely getting the run, and they are definitely looking for him. So I reckon that's fantastic. I reckon he would have done a lot better last week as well if he had someone to kick to. A lot of his kicks just went up in the air to Freo because they killed them.
Yeah. And I'm not touching any other D's player. No. How good's that Nick Dacos bloke?
Oh, mate, he's sensational. I reckon this is where my C may go this week, Horse, because as we all know, I'm not allowed to have Gorn, so no Gorn for me. I reckon my C might go to Nick Dacos. Big game player, big game against the D's. 668K now, Horse. Break even of 100, 156 last week. Mate, that bloody good. I reckon he's been stepping up fantastically without the other mids, so that's been a real positive for him. Mate, he's never gone under a ton against the D's as well.
Really?
Yep. So we'll have to wait and see how he goes there. Talk to me about Crispy, because Crispy's been playing well as of late.
He's been really good. 531K, break even of 96. He's been huge without DeGoey and Mitchell, and now Pendles is out for another 3 weeks. you're holding until they come back.
100%.
I read today that De Goey's due back round 16, so you're still going to have 3 more weeks of this without him as well.
2, because the buys in
Two.
there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Lockie Sullivan, 253K, break even of -3. He could see a lot of mid-time this week with all the outs again, which is exactly what we want to see. Flynn McRae, or Finn, whatever his name is, 235K, break even of 42. Job security is just not there.
Yep.
Harvey Harrison, 239K, break even of -3. That 99 2 weeks ago leaves the rotation this week. So if you've got him, you're holding him for one more week. Charlie Dean was much better last week, though. He's got a break even of -4, and he had a 75 last week, mate.
Yep.
75 or 73, yeah.
75, yeah. So we'll definitely take that. That's 2 weeks of 75 in rotation. So he could definitely be a look at 199K. Don't mind there. Horse, this is one that I actually really like. And
Yeah,
I
so
was
do I.
genuinely flipping this one up. Bo McCreary at 238K. He has a percentage own of 0.6, break even of 38. He had 17 CBAs last week, Horse. Mate, I reckon he could have a much better game as well because he got the ball and his tackling is amazing. We know that. Tackle, and also his pressure acts as well. So job security is obviously there. So when we're moving forward, when obviously De Goey and Mitchell and everyone comes back, we can definitely see his job security. He's obviously going to move forward and he's not going to have these massive scores. But I reckon there's definitely a show here.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. This will be a close game. Who are you picking?
D's.
Okay. I'm going Collingwood.
I think their midfield lack is just too great. And I feel like Gawn's going to be able to get on top of Cameron and he'll give first use. I know Collingwood's defense is going to be great. I reckon this is going to be a very low-scoring game.
Yeah, right. And that'll do it for the teams, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to get stuck into some people that we think you should buy, should hold, if you've got them, to sell, and also a little watch list for those of you at home to keep an eye on.
Target acquired.
I'll let you roll through these ones, mate.
Yeah, mate. I'll take the go here. I think Phil's picked up on what's going on at the moment, Horse, so that's all right. Buys, our main buys, I reckon Ridley at 350K. I reckon he could go all right here against Carlton. I reckon Scaling's going to come into it. I reckon it's going to be a close game, so I like Ridley. Curnow is obviously an option at 455K, break even of 92. Isn't another third hardest team to score against in Supercoach, Horse, but, you know, I think we can look at Curnow this week, but I think next week is probably more of the go. He has a great run home. My number one guy, Tom Green, 490K, Horse. That is outrageous for him. I reckon this is very well cheap. He had to heal up a few injuries over the break, which he's also said that was nagging him a little bit. So I feel like he'll come back and have a great end to the second half of the season. Our man, though, that I'm bringing in and you're possibly bringing in, Shai Bolton at 410K. As a forward, he's huge. Break even of 65. That's pretty much a free hit for me. Taranto back in is huge for him, Horse.
Huge for him, yeah.
Huge. We need to get the soundbite of
Trump.
Trump.
Oh, no, I do. Hang on. I do have a soundbite for that.
Do you have the soundbite for Trump?
I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
I love that. We did have McAuliffe in, but he can piss off now that Taranto's back, so I'm not having a touch of him. Edwards, though, from West Coast, I reckon he could definitely be a bring-in this week at 196K, break-even of -40. I reckon we got to have a go there against North in the West. Horse, sell.
Yes.
There's no... As I was saying, there's no like real massive like panic sells right now this week. But do you want to go through them or do you want me to? Oh, besides one.
Yeah. Sam Clossy, 325K. He's actually dropped cash. Break even of 70. I'd be dropping him now. He's done his job for us.
But job security's there. I reckon there's other players that we can
Bonner, though, if you do have him, I think it's time for him to go. He moved around last week and Sinclair going to half back. That's him done.
Horse, I have a headache.
You've got a headache?
Yeah, the Bonner has. I've got a headache. It's not tonight.
It's not tonight. Wilson, 54 last week, 404K, dropped cash, break even of 98 this week. I think he's done. trade him. So it's going to cost you $6,000 to go from Wilson to Bolton.
Yep, bingo. Easy,
There.
easy. Take my money.
Are we selling Harley?
Now, that's a tough one. What's it, 440K?
Yeah.
Out 3 weeks now. Yeah, I don't know. It's so tough, Horse, because we know this guy's ceiling is massive and we know how good he can be. But 3 weeks is a tough time to hold. I mean, if you have other players to go to and you can still work around it, we're still not at the point where you have to have your whole team filled out with primos. But if you're at that stage where you're about to be, then yeah, you get rid of him. But I would make it as one of the last options that I could sell on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Job security is there, and he's
Job
still
security is definitely there. So even when he comes back from his 3-week layoff, he's going to have a break even of 121, which is we've seen that he can go well with and pass. Of his the games that he's got left, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10 in Perth. And we know how well he scores in Perth and how poorly he scores away from Perth. So
correct.
I'm calling it. Let's sell him.
But also, too, Horse, when he comes back from that, he has Hawthorn after that. So that's a nice one there. Then he's got the Ds again, and they won the last one, but that's at the G, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah, that'll be different.
And the Lions, yeah, you're right. It's actually a pretty tough run home for him. So,
yeah
I can say that. So that's our main sell, guys, that we're zeroing in on for this week. How about we have some holds? Horse, I'll run with these ones for you, Shagabags. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Alex Sexton, obvious hold for now before Will Powell comes back in. He's got break even of 36. We're absolutely holding there. I want to hold Laird and Dawson, Horse.
Okay.
If you have them, I want to hold them just because I want to see how we go this week against Richmond without Matt Crouch in the side. So Laird is 525K. I'm happy to hold there if you have him. And Crouch as well. 607K. I know our main man, the brain behind the Insight Fantasy Sports Network, Nathan Brain, he's got Dawson. I would advise to hold. I reckon we can really see him bump up without Matt Crouch in the side.
For sure.
Quispy, Jack Quisp, 531K. If you did pick up when Horse told you a few weeks ago as being an option, his time in the midfield is just extending with these guys continuously pushed back in Pendles and Mitchell and DeGoey. So we're holding until those guys come back. And then Horse, Conway and Moyle owners holding.
Have to hold. You have to hold.
Yep.
Moyle's going to make you so much cash, and there's a chance that Witz is out this week and next week too.
He's definitely out this week, but next week is definitely a possibility. Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, we're going to get into some players that we think. Oh no, we've just done our watch list, haven't we?
No, there's a couple more that we can put in for the watch list.
All right.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Couple more that we can put on this watch list, Horse. Obviously, I've already put on Laird and Dawson on that as well as the hold list. But we want to watch for our mid-season draftees, and 4 in particular. We're watching for Blight and Gray from Richmond to see if they can crack themselves into the side. Blight has flown over to Adelaide, so he's definitely a watch. Bryn Teakle for North. I reckon Seri will probably have a couple more, and then Teakle could see himself into the side. And then your man, El Hawali for Essendon, definitely could be a watch out for how well he's been playing in the VFL.
Yeah, last week he was awesome. Hopefully he backs it up this week and he gets a crack soon. Now, You've done some digging on some captain's choices, mate. So,
sorry, Horse. Sorry,
yeah.
Just quickly on the watch list as well. I had 3 more players that I want to keep an eye on, right? That they are not bringing in this week, but I want to quickly have a watch of them. Hunter Clark for St Kilda is definitely a massive watch. 352K, but his CBAs are creeping up there, and I love to see that for him because that could be a very short price mid. Ryan Angwin from the Giants, 222K, break even to -9. Kelly is nearing a return, but I want to watch how low his break even can go this week. And Will Dawson for North. I'm not bringing him in at 117K yet because there is facts that he might be playing forward, but I want to see if that's actually a reality and if he keeps his spot on the side before I actually bring him in, but something to watch.
Smart move. Captain's mate.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Reel us off with.
Sorry.
Reel us off with who you think are good shouts for this week, mate.
All right, mate. So I've done some digging into how they played against previous teams and who has been playing well and keeping up, and who's got it up against teams that do allow good Supercoach scores. Max Gawn, 136 last time he versed Darcy Cameron as a solo ruck. I like that there. Heaney, what else do you want me to say? He's a jet. I've got nothing else to back it up, but I just want to bring him up every single time because he's a jet. Laird and Dawson against the Tigs at home. I was confident in this. Now I'm not. That Riley O'Brien is out, and Nank will probably get first hit out to Richmond with also Pressia and Taranto back in there. So now I'm not 100% on that. Tristan Xeri is one that I want to bring up because West Coast do give up the most Supercoach points to Ruckman. So there's one there. No Harley Reid in there as well. So hopefully Xeri can hit LDU, Powell, these types on the tit and not give it to Yo and not give it to Dom Sheed. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Where my C is most likely going, Nick Dacos plays very, very well against the Ds. Ds do give up the fourth most amount of Supercoach points to mids as well this year. So I reckon there is a good one there on Nick Dacos. Mate, Horse, if he plays, W Train's going to eat. All right, it's just how it's going to go. North give up 6 more Supercoach points to forwards than any other team. We have seen W Train go 140, 150, 170 even.
Right.
He could have a big one if he plays, Horse, and it's in WA. Brody Grundy versus the inexperienced Conway. I like that.
That's a good shout, yeah.
Rowan Marshall against the inexperienced Ned Moyle.
That's
like
a good shout
that
too.
also.
Yeah.
Horse, if we're going on form alone, we've got to throw the bleached arsehole in here. 130 average in his last 5 games. He's been absolutely unbelievable. And also the diddly Sam Flanders, because St Kilda do give up the second most amount of Supercoach points to defenders. They absolutely leak it out of their halfback.
Yeah, absolutely do. Good. I like that. I'm going VC Bont and C into Gawn, but I can definitely see Marshall having relevancy this week, Grundy having relevancy, against inexperienced rucks, and then we've got Dacos against a Melbourne midfield that's struggled lately. So
Bont, obviously, another absolute sensational pick there as well, Horse. I do love that as well because I thought that was in Brisbane, but it's not. It's at Marvel.
No, it is.
Also, too,
mate, yeah.
If you would like the for our people in our lovely Discord as well in the unlimited chat, I will put in who ranks the top 5 for best to score against to worst to score against for each of the 4 categories, whether it be forward, defender, mid, and ruck. So if you aren't in there, you don't get it, bad luck, but that's why you should probably get into it so that can help you with your VCC options and give you a little bit of help of who you want to bring in this week.
I love that, mate. And yeah, you'll put it up there tonight or tomorrow morning. Either way, it'll be up before the games.
I will put it up after we finish this pod because we have some questions to get to, Horse.
We do.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Just quickly, Horse, thank you to all you beautiful bastards that come into our chat. We love you guys so much. You guys are the driving force behind this show. You're all hilarious. We love everything that you guys say. And, we love these questions. So we're going to get stuck into them.
Can't believe they're giving Curtin a game over McHenry. Neither can I.
Unbelievable. Well, mate, he's already pissing off back to Freo, apparently.
Yeah. The Cromer in shambles. Smith having a cry because he was going to get dropped.
Brody Smith, love that. And same as Rochelle as well.
I did see that.
Rochelle came out and, not too happy about his lack of midfield time. So we always know in AFL, the best way to get what you want is to bitch to the media.
Skiddy, talk to me about Switchblade.
I love him. I love him. Switter, yep, our man from my hometown. So we absolutely love him. I've known him since he was a young pup. So love to see him doing well. Hopefully he comes out after the bye and absolutely takes the PI double 5.
Heaney 164 for the squeeze of the week. And if it wins, Phil is going to donate the prize pack to Asa, who will need something to smile about.
Asa's going to watch this back. Oh, he's going to love it.
Ian Johnson, Discord is great to message these lads personally to get the help with trades. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that, my man.
Love to see that.
Mick Higginson, the man who still needs to jump in the Discord because we've got a squeeze pack for you, mate. LDU 156, get around it.
I'd love to see that from him.
Artist formerly known as Suvalaki. Pickles is the kind of bloke who sports the Maroons. How they going, Suv? Just from you, I want to hear what the score is.
Corey's just put it in. 20-6 at halftime, Queensland. Yeah, Maroons.
What do they say? Queenslander.
Cockroaches.
Uh,
No, not the cockroaches.
no, isn't that?
New South Wales.
Yeah.
Where are the other ones?
We're the Mexicans down here in Victoria. I don't know what Queensland are.
Crap, what are they? No, they're cane toads. They're the cane toads.
Okay. Anyway, Pickles is the kind of bloke who watches State of Origin over the inside. Damn right.
How dare
Skiddy,
he?
you tell him.
Weak as piss, be better. And if you want to be slightly better, you put it on both of them at the same time. That's fine too.
Yeah. Rochelle having a cry national team.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Love that.
Skidfits. He played on Akka once and I played for Avondale Heights. Akka punched me in the gut. Then I smashed him pretty hard next contest.
Hey, if someone belts you in the guts, you got to head on. That's fine by me, mate.
Mate, I would. I'd be disappointed if his teeth marks aren't still embedded in your knuckles.
100%.
Jonas the goat. I actually low key rate the one-liners that he comes through with. Who is the can't see unstable this year? Has Scott buried Manor in his backyard?
Mate, it looks that way. 100%. He's not.
Kaczynski was a defender as a junior, could play back. Yeah, that's right. He is subject to a fitness test tomorrow morning.
Highly doubt
John
that.
Patton is the Draymond Green of the AFL.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I more look at Tom Lynch as being the Draymond Green of the AFL. Just cheap shots galore.
If it helps, I don't think anyone asked to get one. He was a digital streaker.
I'd have to look up and see.
Yeah, I'll have to look back and see what that is. Lewis, thank you for joining us, mate. Lads, Warner, Neal, and Fisher, or Goulden and English?
Ooh.
Mate, Warner's been on an absolute fucking tear lately.
Who would you choose, Horse? Neal or Warner?
I'd probably still go Neal.
You go Neal? All right.
Yeah.
I feel pretty comfortable with Fisher. It just depends on who your other ruckmans are, Lewis. So if you jump into our Discord and chuck your team up, we can.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We'll have a bit of a look. But as for Goulden, I think the likes of Heaney and who else? Warner,
yep. I also think
just...
the fact that how well Rowbottom's playing this year and the amount that his contested work and his tackling ability is just so, like, he's so what's the word, Horse, when you're not, like, you know, in the eyes of the media and everything like that.
Going under the radar.
Under the radar, yeah, that kind of thing. He's so far under it, but God, what he does for Sydney in their midfield is just so valuable for them.
Massimo was part of the 11th best side in. Yeah, his son came 11th last week.
That's
congratulations,
true.
That man.
Yep, bingo there.
Tigers, Hawks, Kanga multi paying 45.
Yeah, I'm on. I am on.
I'll chuck a sneaky 5 on that.
Love that.
McKercher going to be longer than we. Yeah, I think he is too. Armored Frog, they need to contend with Chesalenko.
Yeah, North need to bring someone in to contain his 23 Supercoach points and 3 disposals.
When will Colby McKercher return for the Roos? Because, as Jasper says, he's still TBC on the injury list, which is never good.
I haven't ruled him out yet either, so we can definitely wait and see. But I still don't think he does not affect Fisher at all. Like slightly, but not as much to be worried about.
Yeah, Colby needs to get through training with no discomfort. Once he does that, then they can provide a timeline. I'm with you, mate. They're not about to burn a rookie as good as what he might be in a side that hasn't won a game yet.
Wow, cheap shot.
Hearing Teakle is in the mix this week.
Yep, I've also heard that as well. We'll have to wait
Chunky.
and see.
Skiddy, is Curnow a good pickup?
Personally, I'd prefer Bolton this week, but I don't hate it. If you want to go lower, I also really like Bo McCreary from Collingwood.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that starts up a chat in the cricket. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Oink, oink, oink.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Big Horse, do I bring in Bolton instead of Curnow? Yeah, look, I'm probably leaning that way at the moment too, mate.
I love how he asked the same question to us, basically. Yeah. And he just asked me about Curnow. He's just like, hey, let's go ask us about Bolton.
McKay Cup rules. Harry not allowed to kick around the corner and Ben not allowed to handball. How are they going to get any touches, Phil?
Right, that's brilliant by you, Phil. I love that gold.
Martin will be good without Redmond this week. I hope so, mate. Junkie, Sheasel, VC option against West Coast.
I don't mind it. Like, I don't hate it, but I think there's better options elsewhere with, like, you know, when we're looking at captains for Nick Dacos. Bontempelli also plays against the Lions under the roof. I like that.
Yeah. Hey, guys. G'day, Chris. Who would you rather choose between Bolton and Colby? Bolton 100% of the time, mate.
Bolton 100%.
Yeah.
Although Colby's like roll off halfback, it's just that when is he going to play? If they were both playing right now, then we'll have to wait.
Here's my man, William Hill. No, not the bloke that has his own betting app. How's the commentary career tracking, Horse? See you doing damage in the local leagues.
When am I back, Horse?
Nah, hopefully it's this month now.
Oh, it's this month?
Yes. And we've got something coming in a couple of weeks' time for the ladies and gentlemen at home. We are planning on doing a watch party. So when we do have a Thursday or Friday night game going, we're going to open up the StreamYard here and we're going to invite people in who want to come on. We'll go live, chat some footy, watch some footy, watch some footy, and just have people a part of it. So we'll keep everyone up to date in the Discord as to what we're doing. Okay. Jack Hutchinson debut for Eagles this week. Wow, would love that.
Yeah, we're talking either Jack Hutchinson or maybe Clay Hall. It's one of those two we're hearing, so that'd be good for them.
Ian Johnson, Pickles is the kind of bloke that gets his State of Origin debut and tries to take someone's head off with a shoulder to the head. Straight send-off in the 6 minute. Oh, that's no good.
I like that hit Walsh. Oh, well, that's, well, hopefully he's all right.
Ash Burnt Johnson, the creepy cuddler Matt Rao. Oh, can you take a screenshot of this? I actually really like these, mate. Tookie the Squirrel, Gripper, Seagulling Ryan, Ryo Lube, the Shuri Picker, Dyson Hepatitis, Toby Tubby Green, James Harmless. Yeah, can you get them, please?
Yeah, mate, I got it. I love how, like, 3 or 4 of them are cones as well.
We should get some Benny Hill music. Yeah, Benny Hill music soundtrack for the highlights.
Oh, yeah, love that.
Kappa! Will Dawson or Harry Edwards? I'm kind of leaning towards Dawson as North has no more buys. I wouldn't pick either if I did. Yeah,
because Will Dawson's been training as a forward this week, mate, so there's a good chance that he may be playing forward, which is not...
Hutchinson confirmed, 102K rookie forward.
Oh, shit. Okay, like that. Now, that's something that I'd be more interested in just having a crack on.
Skinny Bull Durham, Elliot Yoza, Molester, Devil Rob, Devin Robinson, Ollie Weiner, Callum
Jones. Jesus. Oh, unbelievable.
He's got more. Hang on. Yeah. The Moa Mitch Owens, Andrew Meat Gazer, Creeping Brian.
Creeping Brian. Love that.
No, you're welcome, Kappa. Skiddy, before we knock off each episode, mate, we say something about it being not week to speak, mate.
You know that, mate. Yeah, absolutely, mate. As you guys all know, that we are very much big advocates for mental health and being there to look out for your mates. We would much rather be talking to you for however long that we need to rather than talking about you. This is a massive thing that me and Horse absolutely back 100%. As you guys may know, I'm a massive advocate. Always have my Are You Okay wristband on. Mine and Horse, our DMs are always open if you just want to yarn. If it's about footy, if it's about anything else, it's always nice to, open up, get your feelings out of your chest. And a lot of us think that we can't do it, but it's easier than you think you might be able to. It's just speaking to someone. Sometimes you can't speak to a mate and you just need someone that will be able to listen.
Right.
That's what we do. We have a great bunch of lads in the Discord as well. So I'm sure any one of those would love to have that as well. As many of you guys may know, I've gone through my own troubles. So I always say it's the best way to get it out. You don't want to keep it in. You want to let it out, and you never know who's going to be that person that you can turn to or, can give you any kind of advice or any kind of, don't even need advice, just be able to speak to. So
be
there for your mates. It's not weak to speak.
Yeah. And it's okay not to be okay.
100% it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better ourselves. But, Horse, another beautiful episode by you. Very much appreciate you coming through with your Michael Jordan flu game. We love to see that. We want to say a massive shout out and thank you to everyone that was in the chat. We absolutely love all you beautiful bastards that came in there. Go enjoy the rest of the second half of the State of Origin. Up the Maroons.
Hey, Michael Higginson is in the Discord.
Hey,
here he is.
Love to see that. Beautiful. Keep join our Discord. Like this video. Subscribe to us on YouTube so you never miss it. Give the 5-star. Do all that beautiful crap. Go into the web store. Buy the Weak as Piss merch. If you don't, you're weak as piss and you need to be better. It's not that expensive. It's fantastic for us. We love to see that.
Absolutely.
But Horse.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming through with your Michael Jordan flu game.
Yep. Thank you, Skiddy. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Inside AFL podcast. We'll see you for our live, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. We'll let you know. We'll catch you then.
Go the Roos.